Hey guys, how are you? I thought I'd put together a video because today's future instructor or today's instructor candidate is quite a bit different than the senior instructor. So this is for two people. This is for the new instructors to realize what it was like for you old senior goats. And this is for you old senior goats to understand how it's different from the new instructors. It's much more all-encompassing. There's a lot more requirements for the new instructors. So here's what that looks like. Let's start back about 7 years ago. And what we did was a Friday half-day instructor clinic in the classroom, and it was given by John Santiago, myself, and John Taylor. John Santiago and Robert Ellis are the HPD1 group leaders, and they went over their presentation. Basically, here's what we're teaching in class. That was the instructor clinic. And this was really a recalibration or recertification of existing instructors. And we had about 60 of them 7 years ago when I took over as chief instructor or co-chief instructor with Jeff Henderson. We then had John Taylor go briefly through his HPD2 program to give everybody an idea of here's what we teach in HPD1 and HPD2. That was it. That was the entire instructor program. And that was that lasted up until, let's see, 7 years ago, 2014, I believe, when I came on board. First year was 2015. That lasted till about 2019, and then we started changing things a little bit. So here's what that's the old system. One half a day on a Friday, no in-car, no on track, no nothing. So we've come a long way, baby. Come a long way, baby. Here's what we do now. Let's check this out. You need a minimum up. So for all the instructor candidates, including the ones that are in the system right now, here's what happens. We work backwards from our what we call ITS, which is Instructor Training School. It used to be called a clinic. Now it's called ITS. And we'll be doing those at Mid-Ohio, April, every single year from here forward. So if you want to get recertified and get your level 2, or you're a brand new instructor candidate going through the system, you're going to the Friday full day at Mid-Ohio in May. So here you go. Here's the requirements for the new candidates, instructor candidates. You need a minimum of 4 times in HPD4. If you're outside our region, you didn't come up through our region, you have to go through HPD3 and also go through HPD4. And that is because you need to understand what kind of student we're making in HPD 1 and 2, which is a 3 student. 3 is the most robust group that you could possibly imagine. It is, we have the best 3 group in the nation, and I'm very confident in saying that, hands down. And that's because it's built on the backbone of HPD 1 and HPD 2. HPD 3 is just fantastic, and that's why it makes great HPD 4 drivers, time trialers, and racers, some of the best in the nation in my professional opinion. And I know because I go to several different events, including other NASA regions, and I see how they drive, and I drive in their run groups, and I wait behind them for them to look in their rearview mirror so they can finally see me to give me a point by 20 corners later. It's that bad, and we're that good. So hats off to all you drivers out there who help make those great students and turn them into great drivers and racers and time trialers and instructors. So you need a minimum of 4 times in HPD4. You come from outside the organization, you need at least 1 time in HPD3 and 1 time in HPD4. The next thing you do is you get your Msf Level One Certification, which all of you need to get. All of you need to get. That's a one-time online effort. I'll make a link down below if you still need to do that. Everybody needs to have that done in our calendar fiscal 2022 this year, or you won't be instructing in 2023. This is the 3rd year I've been saying that. So this is your last year. Get on it. Get on it, bitches. So you need Msf Level 1. That's online. The next thing you do is you take an online e-course. And that's a $25 course that is basically the Msf Level 2 classroom portion. So instead of having a 2-day instructor clinic or ITS, we pulled out the classroom and we put it online. And that allows you to to take that program in the comfort of your own home. It's about 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how many times you start and stop it. Has little tiny quizzes, and the passing rate is near 100%. It's a wonderful program that I put together with Jeff Henderson 2 years ago. So e-course is another requirement. Recap 4 times in HPD, HPD 4, the Msf Level 1, the e-course, and now the next thing, which is the classroom audit, which has gone from 1 day to 2 days. The classroom audit, or the HPD 1 classroom audit, is where a student comes in, an instructor candidate comes in, and they act as a student during an entire weekend in HPD 1. They do the drills, they attend the classroom, they drive the drills, they ride right seat and instruct in the drills. Basically, it's full exposure to what they will be teaching, which is the HPD 1 program. And that's an entire weekend. After that, the last thing and the only thing left, by the way, that HPD 1 audit will always be held in April at Mid-Ohio. And if you are an existing instructor, you do not need to take that. You do need to not take that for your level 2. You already know the program. You've already been using the paperwork. You're already acclimated with the 135 documents and the drills. Last but not least, you have the 1-day Friday ITS, formerly called Instructor Clinic, and that is on Friday in May of Mid-Ohio. It'll be May, Mid-Ohio every year from here forward. So basically every year in May, we will have an ITS. Every year in April, we'll have an HPD 1 classroom audit. Both of those are required to be an instructor now. That HPDE instructor ITS in May at Mid-Ohio will consist of 6 role plays, which will be half interview, interviewing the student. That's what happens with the outbound email from you senior instructors that you already start. You already start asking about their experience, their car, their modifications, how many times they've been to Mid-Ohio, et cetera. You continue that conversation when you see them Saturday morning at the tech. That's the interview portion. And then following each of those interviews is an on-track role play. And there'll be 6 total, 6 interviews, 6 role plays. 1-on-1, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And that's it. Successful completion of all those requirements gets you a Msf Level 2 certification, which is recognized nationally in just about every organization now, and soon to be almost all organizations. We just had a couple more pick up this certification, including Porsche training in Los Angeles and Atlanta, and Extreme Experience and BSR and more Porsche groups, more BMW groups, and we're the only NASA region in the US that has this certification. I'm proud to say. Full caveat, full transparency, I am on the board of Motorsport Safety Foundation. So it's one of the reasons I'm pushing this, because it's the best program out there, hands down. So there you have it. Old program, new program, the differences. Hope you enjoyed this short video, and see you at the track. Remember, senior instructors, register for as many events as you can. It's $0 for HPD 4. It's $25 for TT and $25 for race. So you have no objections to spend $100 and register for 4 events, time trialers and racers. Do it now. It really helps Jeff and I plan the student load, and helps Jay as well. It's the one thing you can do that makes my life tremendously easier. That's it. See you at the track, hopefully at NCM. Bye now.